Welcome to Storypie. Let me tell you a wonderful story called The Celestial Candy Caper. The sun sparkled on the ocean, painting the waves with glitter as Kiana, her sketchbook open, hummed a joyful tune. The sand felt warm beneath her toes as she sketched a majestic princess castle, imagining it could float to the stars. Suddenly, something caught Kiki, the candy corn unicorn's eye. She was prancing along the beach, her cotton candy mane rippling in the breeze when she spotted it. A seashell, shimmering with an otherworldly glow. "Ooh," exclaimed Kiki, her voice as sweet as a sugar plum. "Look what I found." Peachy the Lollipop Witch, her fizzy soda broomstick zipping nearby, heard Kiki's exclamation. "Ooh, a sparkly seashell," she said as she landed gently on the sand, her swirled lollipop hat bobbing. "It looks like it came from the stars." Sprout the space broccoli, who had just landed nearby after soaring through the atmosphere, quickly approached. "Interesting," Sprout said, his dark turquoise cape billowing. "It appears to be radiating a faint energy field." Kiana, abandoning her drawing for a moment, peered at the shell. "Wow!" she exclaimed, her eyes wide with curiosity. "It is beautiful." She looked at it and it gave her an idea. "I could draw a map based on where it came from." The seashell, as if responding to her words, released a trail of sparkling dust. It floated upward and, with a gentle breeze, drifted away, leaving a glittering path towards the sky. "Well," said Kiki, her horn already glowing, ready for a race. "Looks like we've got a mystery to solve." With a leap and a flash of rainbow sprinkles, Kiki soared into the air. Peachy followed on her fizzy broomstick, which left bubbly trails of soda in the air. Sprout, with a determined look, rocketed after them. Kiana, grabbing her sketchbook, was next and followed, hoping to record this momentous event. The sparkling trail led them through the clouds and into the vastness of space. Kiana drew in her notebook. The drawing filled with color. It showed the sparkling seashell and the path it was taking. Soon they spotted a comet, a giant ball of candy zipping through space. But something was wrong. The comet was not leaving a trail of light, but a trail of candy corn. The candy corn was attacking and destroying the stars. "Oh no!" gasped Kiki. "The candy corn are taking over." "This is not good," Sprout exclaimed. "They are a menace." Sprout was the first to act. He expanded to the size of a house, ready to use his super strength to deflect the incoming candy corn. He was soon joined by the others. Peachy cast a spell, attempting to turn the candy corn into delicious lollipops, but there were simply too many of them. Kiki tried using her horn to turn the comet itself into a giant candy, but the effect was short-lived. "We need a plan," shouted Peachy, her voice laced with worry. "And fast," added Kiki. Sprout, his face determined, was struggling to keep the comet from destroying everything. "I am trying my best, but I cannot last much longer." Kiana, observing the chaos, snapped her fingers. "I have an idea," she said, her eyes sparkling. "I know what we can do." She started to hum a song. "Music is powerful," she exclaimed. "Let's use our strengths." She looked at her friends. "We can do this." Kiki, inspired by the idea, created a giant musical bubble with her horn. The bubble protected them, while also amplifying their voices. Soon, the three began to sing. Peachy's voice was sweet as a lollipop, Kiki's was as light as cotton candy, and Sprout's was as strong and steady as the earth. Sprout, using his telepathic connection with vegetables, called out for help. The vegetables from across the galaxies, all of them, rushed to their aid. The carrots, the broccoli, the beans and the peas, they all gathered. They formed a giant green and delicious barrier. Peachy, Kiki and Sprout were able to redirect the candy corn, guiding it to a distant galaxy. The candy corn, now guided, created a beautiful sparkling display. The candy corn, instead of destroying, was creating. The stars were safe, and the universe was once again filled with light. Their mission complete, they returned to the beach, exhausted but exhilarated. Kiana's sketchbook was filled with drawings of their adventure. She had a drawing of a princess castle that was now covered in candy. "We did it," she said, smiling at her friends. Together, Kiki, Peachy and Sprout along with Kiana shared a snack of candy, celebrating their victory. The seashell, which had mysteriously disappeared, was no longer a mystery. The friends understood that combined, they could do anything. Their teamwork had saved the stars. "That was the best adventure ever," said Kiki with a big smile, her mane shimmering with a rainbow of colors. Peachy nodded in agreement. Yes, with our combined talents, we can do anything. Sprout smiled and added, and remember, even the most difficult challenges can be overcome when we work together. As the sun set, painting the sky with streaks of pink and orange, Kiana knew this was a day she would never forget. She added one last drawing to her sketchbook, a picture of her friends, united and victorious. The sea sparkled, the stars twinkled, and the magic of friendship filled the air. Let's see what a great listener you are. Can you answer the following question? What did the friends do to stop the candy corn comet? Let's see how you did. The answer is, they used their combined powers with a song, with Sprout using vegetables, Peachy's spells, and Kiki's musical bubble to redirect the candy corn. You did a great job. I hope you enjoyed this Storypie tale. I'll see you next time.